MABA's members and all friends here and in the Zoom too. Today we'll welcome some special guest friends first time come to MABA. And this brings me almost 1 week of thinking. For myself, it's very difficult to speak English and have any thing can share with you directly benefit. So contemplating about this, then make myself want to share very direct of my training to you all. I think this may more honest and more nature for the special life pattern of myself, how this connected to your life as a mirror reflection. So I put this as the topic, want to say my understanding of the teaching and MABA practice. So we go into very direct. So this is what I want to say today. Going back to the fundamental habits of thinking. This is first very direct. My life move forward in and see this is a direction. I am just opposite of the maybe 90% of the people's mindset, how he use his mindset. So people use his mindset is to the exterior phenomenon, material phenomenon or physical phenomenon, looking their condition and the cause and effect of this. This is today modern science goal. Some other perspective is moving in, not exterior, but interior. That is something that connected to my goal or evaluate differently. So I put my mind training and I use my mind energy is from this belly body move into the inner of the mental state. So I say this is fundamental habit to thinking. So to thinking close or nearby here and now. I use the word nearby here and now. So what is here and now means, I think this word is, I right now become more ability to read English Dharma word. The teaching and writing books talk a lot about mindfulness training come into here and now, awareness of here and now. But that for me is very far. But it's a state can be found, can be posed my mindful attention or alertness, or even though we call it maybe little bit this and that name to say that my touching point is here, my feeling is here. So is now. What is this mean? So I would say that they have different level. When I train my life, the first level I train my mind overcome is sensuality and exterior contact. The five senses contact, I call it my head, because here is all about five senses contact. So right now, I don't use my head. I symbol my mind into the body, not the head. So it means you seclude your self-attention, mindful, aware, alertness, maybe discernment from the sensuality. So the first one I want to mention is the world for me is sensuality, contact, and feeling. That is the burning. That is the state or realm, not simple, but very complicated. I don't know who can value it indifferent. I don't care, but my life is valued indifferent because that cannot make concentrate. That cannot make you see the mind come into one object or object in right now and here. Mind is the object, object is the mind. It not change into the state. So that is make me thinking a lot. I say that thinking. So thinking need to go more deep until one day you experience something. Here is what I experience. Means I experience mind is the form, not the desire realm of sensuality. Mind is the form. What is the form? So I used my training skill from the Venerable Buddha. It's four foundation of mindfulness: body, feeling, mind formation. Body, feeling, means I concentrate and train my mind, let the mind only touching to the body, only feeling to the body. Body is the state of mind. Can I make it? Take a lot of energy, time. Important one is unlimited, means continually process, not let it have the gift. This become more challenging. Life cannot make it like that unless you have certain life different. So MABA is a very beautiful and quiet place I created for everyone, every walk of life. Most important is I created it for my life. I look for beautiful and quiet place in order that this very body and mind can put into this kind of training. Let the mind only experience the form, not the desire. So the form is a state. So no matter you are walking, you are standing, you are lying down, or you are sitting, you only mind the state of form. That kind of concentrate. So if that kind of concentrate can be found, what you can know about it means you have another kind of balance of mind. That balancing of the mind become more joyful in this very simplistic of mind state, not changing. Only I can feel in the body form. No matter where I can go, it's the four elements of balancing. But I think that in the past life I have is the body is not balancing. All these elements of the body is disturbed by my own desire. And the desire is look for food for this burning and totally disturb this very body. So his hormone system, his blood system, his all you can name is because of the desire move forward to take something into this very body. So the body function is not nature. This is first thing when I put my mind can step into the form, I see that normal life cannot know what is the nature, what is the ecology of this very body. The mind totally misguided and misuse of this nature of the body. This is first thing I realize and experience. Mind is very difficult come into the form realm, means very concentrate to this very form. Because we go in, need to unite the mind and the body into oneness. Unity of the body and mind without anything perceptionally or thinking or consciously into his imagination. Just see this reality of the form. This is what about here and now. Very difficult. If it make happen, I think this life become another kind of joy and happy. The joy and happy of no desire burning, that kind of simplicity. This is something that I feel that my life totally changing into cannot marry anymore. It's not about the exterior, what kind of thing can influence to my nose, influence to my ears that make me happy. It totally become not much. I need that. I need is here and now. Wait. Nothing rising and ceasing, just carry on, concentrate, become more better, joyful. That is what I call that step into concentrate in order that rising or the balancing mind not being, influenced by this up and down mind state. Up and down mindset means a lot of things rising in the exterior world. Totally his mind don't know how to guard himself, being influenced by all this, pull it out like the black hole in the universe. Our mind totally lost control. So in my life, I'm lucky. I found someone skillfully help me to overcome that kind of uncontrollable mindset. So I clinging or abiding in something more solid into stability. Or maybe someone will say it more deeply is serenity. I want to say it's more into something there. What? I use the word again. V-O-I-O. V-O-I-D. Marvelable. Or more mystery. Because when you go more deep into the silence, and you can sit more properly. Why sit properly? Because sit there, if you have the body is large, then you can sit longer. Settle, you can sit more longer and steadier. So depend on how rough your mind is. So when I observe everyone, and then I totally see you cannot sit like me, because everything in the body is try to make extremely changing in this element. You can put it into nature. This mindset totally, cause problem of the body. So my body is not like that. My body have a lot of balance in his hormone system, blood system, this and that system. So it becomes more harmonized. So harmonize until you forget the body when you sit there, when you stand, when you walk, when you're lying down. So mind is more overcome the hindrance. In Buddhism, we talk about 5 hindrances, especially sleepiness when it is tired. Yogi have not much sleep. His mind is energetic and focused. And the habitual pattern is simple and easy, in ease. So I don't have much sleep. Start from discipline. So my daily life schedule very disciplined. Sorry, I'm different with you. I don't have family to take care. I don't have wife and that kind of relationship need to take care. So that my life is very personal. So personal is freedom. Another kind of freedom, you can apply your time and energy into focus in to do any success there. So monastic life for me is a happiness of applying. So it is totally that I'm free man, so I apply little bit my life pattern like that. So 24 hours, I put it into mindfulness training, mostly until very tired, then fall asleep unconscious. Sometimes sleep until it's totally very tired when you do some outdoor work. But it's no dream. Once the dream arises, I'm aware and then wake up. I don't like dream. In the day, illusion already in the big dream. So at night, I don't want the fabrication take over my time and energy. So once I saw my dream come, then I wake up and put the cushion into my stomach, carry on the training. So what is the training goal? Is the second of the top, the top of mind. Estimate my mind can go more higher into liberation. So that is my estimate. So how far my mind can go to free from the emancipation means step by step overcome. So when I come deal with the insight, all this thinking, perception, and conscious. So in the past, when the dream come, I can't conscious because conscious there have no power to touching to that. When I go to the dream, I get lost, no more awareness. Cannot say what is mindfulness. But right now I have a little bit strain. And the energy of the mind training become more clear and more sharp so that he can touching to that fabrication of the mental part up, that he know what is going on and he have the day energy. You know what is day energy? More life. You feel. So in that perception of the mind, I have little bit, I call that little bit wise and focused power. So after many years of the training as a monk life, my life become through. Not easy to break. Through, how to spell that word? It's the T-O-U-G-H, is it? Tough. Toughness. Not easy to break. Toughness. That is something that I don't have before. Before I'm very impatient. Hot temper. Strong will and hot temper like a soldier. And right now, turn the soldier into yogi. Thoughtfulness. Fullness. And then it become increasing my life streams and become living stream. Maybe energetic into the mind state. So Dalai Lama said, Buddha Dharma is the mind sign. Maybe he is right. But how to do this sign to your own mind? Because come to the mind, they have no tool. T-O-L-L. So people not like to go to the mind. 90% people need to have tool in order that he can do investigation. So they don't go to exterior. Then you can see the develop of the exterior. Human mind, human being disturb the ecology more than they build it and protect it. So I go more inner into the investigate of the mind. I think very difficult to deal with this. Mind sign, I don't know what is the goal for them. But Buddha Dharma said, the Buddha Dharma's goal is for liberation. His goal is very precise and very clear. The goal is for liberation. Means for the mind itself free. Free until you cannot labeling it. You need to let the mind silent until he have no more voice. The first part need to experience like that. No more voice. Just now I already did tell, go back to the very fundamental habit of thinking, so that let the thinking start. I use the word in very Dharma, it's called emancipation. I start from the rough contact, come to settle until you don't find it is a thing. So four foundational mindfulness, body feeling, come to mental feeling. Mental feeling is a perception, is a fabrication of all the rising and ceasing of the mental part. That kind of purification is challenging for who look for liberation. I don't have much time to go to exterior world, huh? If you are put your own life in, this is a boundary. So for me, my service and what I do is here. In the monastery, I can't help the world too much because the world is too far. I don't go there. Even though that some trainer come with me and they go, I just watch them go and have a little set. And then at night, then I overcome. come to the night, I overcome, because at the night is my aloneness. You know, I go aloneness, but I don't feel loneliness. If they go to the day, they go. I go to the night. So for me, that the world have not much I have connection. So for myself, the Buddha said that the life itself in the mind have a change. Means a link together that called twirling. The twirling. I trust this teacher more than I trust my life. I can broke my life anytime, but I don't broke the connection to this teacher's advice. It's because I see this link, what he said. The gate there need to be concerned how to broke that gate. So we don't broke the gate. Is from the holding, from the clinging process into grabbing, existing, and go on into chaos. That is what I see the life. Mind and body become more rough, but I move it from clinging. I need to avoid it. So I am working for feeling back to contact. From contact, more master into senses contact. From senses contact, need to see the rising of name and form as the labeling of my mind. Foolish. So I work in there. So I call it twirling. This is what all about my life. Start. Next, the last part, the third. All about MABA is narrow it saying is what I write here. One is the theories, aggregate, six sense space, elements, dependent co-arising, and Four Noble Truths. That is what my teacher, original teacher, he teach most of his life after his enlightenment. So enlightenment for me is broke my head. I don't broke my enlightenment. I have that confidence. Need to move forward to this touching to what is that mean? Enlightenment. So from there on, who look for enlightenment? 37 factors of awakening. The Buddha himself, after enlightened, he is skillfully teach this 37 factors of awakening until the end of his life. Narrow it into this as the Buddha Dharma. So if anyone interested about this very human awaken, not relying on other power as a religious power or science power, old tradition of the Indian people shot me because Chinese people is very smart, only have philosophy thinking. Western people very, very smart, based on the God power. Indian people between two sides, not human philosophy, not the God power. He come to take the third way to go. It's called human awakening. What it means into human awakening, I don't know. But I work for a large part already, very confidently, is when I'm lying down, I only connected to the rising and ceasing of my breathing. Only rising and ceasing that I observe, investigate, or put my mind in, because this is part my teacher said. If you cannot stand, cannot walk, you cannot sit, what can you do? I said, give up and let the body like in his nature. That's it. And then what can you do? I don't know. Keep your mind into rising and ceasing, because that is the only thing is no other else. So where to keep it? I don't know. But right now I know, because I train a long way come, and then right now I put my cushion into the summer. So let it have a little bit pressure, so that I still like I sit here and then focusing in the lower abdomen. So let the breathing connected with the mind. The mind is the breathing. So I already long way come 2/3 of my life. 1/3 of my life is a young life, not become monk yet. So that the second 2/3 is after become monk, then I train. Oh, I knowing my breathing, because the set the mind state to know. The very concentrate in the nature. The nature is a breathing, rising and ceasing. That is the nature of life. If I live nature of life, I'm here now. Thank you.